Bună ziua, azi o să ne jucăm Undying. De fapt, nu link partea o să Undying. O să ne jucăm nou comic și o să jucăm pe medium. Am mai jucat jocul ăsta foarte mult timp în urmă. Ar trebui să tac să puteți vedea.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition and its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labelled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believe there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make my skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Trasanti were the biggest pains. New commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit on the hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when he was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late. I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters. I apologize for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because we've lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
Bun, șterge-o. Găsesc. Loading. Ok. Deci... Ce? toma. Bun. Trebuie să nu tragă asta fi. Mă întreb unde aș putea merge. Are o ușă deschisă. Facem o spune de ce. Sigur nu trebuie să o iau pe aici, dar în altă parte nu cred că există altă scăpare. Mai pe aici. Încă o ușă care se deschide. Dar casa asta e fenomenală. Și ăsta fie care citește casa.
Can you describe what you can only see? As the bonds of flesh are broken, the world becomes apparent.
Taci, mă.
Stuck.
Dar bineînțeles că nu pe aici. A, ușă. Camera întunecată. Vai, de ce s-au văzut doi? Serios, trucul cu oglinda.
Won't budge.
Nu. Pe aici. Omul ăsta poate să sară 30 de trepte. Fain. Face chita. Care l-am prins. Bun, ușă. Ce?
Help me, Patrick!
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones. Something